Greetings to all the game changers, industry partners and peers, thought leaders, and tourism transfers. Before I do what I'm supposed to be doing today, I would just like to respond to some of the issues that has been raised by our SMMEs, because I like the first speaker who said that I've been knocking to all doors up to the door of the Deputy Minister who is here with us, which is myself. Yeah, no, Program Director, is true. There is a lot of challenges that do exist when it comes to the financial assistance to our small business, which is the SMMEs. Myself and the Minister, when I joined the organization last year, 2024, amongst the responsibilities that the Minister assisted me to help her with was precisely this area of funding for small business. Unfortunately, whilst then trying to set up ourselves and say that how best we can assist, we received a lot of calls, complaints, emails. You know, there were just a lot of complaints from our SMMEs saying exactly what they said today with regard to them not accessing funding from our implementing agencies. In this instance, they were in particular mentioning SIFA, which today is SIDFA. We tried to invite SIFA and see how best we can assist. Unfortunately, you know, during that process, we then took a decision, myself and the minister said that maybe we should move to another service provider, in this instance, to another implementing agency. Then we requested for advice from Parliament, from wherever we were supposed to do that. And then a decision was taken by ourselves that maybe we should move to Public Investment Corporation. But before we do that, we said, let us look at the requirement. What is this that is required in order for our SMMEs to be able then to participate in these programs? And then we discovered that the requirements were ungodly. There was no way that you could participate because we think what was required was a little bit difficult for you to have met the requirement. Fortunately, this week, on Tuesday, the President called for a cabinet economic lekgotla with only one agenda, this issue that we're talking about. Our small business who can't participate in these programs because of the red tapes. So it means that the President can't just wake up and say that I need you all here. I think somebody or yourselves here, as you have said that you've written to everyone without any response, I think the President did also receive that kind of information. Hence, we're given these marching orders that we needed to correct that situation. And we're also given a deadline or timeframes. Chairperson, we're told that by April 2026, we must come back and report and say that whether we have done what you are supposed to be doing in order for you to be able then to participate in the country's economy. But there are some good work that has been done by our implementing agencies as a department. I was invited a month ago by NEF in Limpopo, where then I was going to hand over a hotel to a lady, or a lady-run hotel, who's got different B&B and guest houses in Limpopo. And she has managed to employ more than 65 people. Therefore, it is our responsibility as government to support such small businesses, because the main issue is to make sure that we do away with unemployment, especially to our youth. Therefore, there is no way that we can do that purposely. The issue of not then assisting you, make sure that you get your business run in order. I must also say that the name of the hotel that was handed over by NEF is Atrium Boutique Hotel in Limpopo. And it's a 4-star hotel. Hence, we encourage your establishment also maybe to consider then the issue of the grading of your companies, which is going to assist you when it comes then, or where you're going to benefit because of the fact that we are chairing G20. Therefore, we'll be having a lot of visitors who will be coming to South Africa. And definitely they will have to use your accommodation in order for you then to be able to benefit. I just want to see what else here I did pick up when you raised them. Yeah. And then let me just come back then to today's issue. I think I've missed a lot because we couldn't be here, both of us, myself and the minister. One of us had to attend to some of the meetings so that we don't miss any. But when I arrived this morning, I think there was a lady who was making a presentation here, and then with regard to the communication strategy and everything. And then I was saying to my PA next to me, I think this is what we need as politicians. I think that was too good. That was too good, I must say. That was too good. It's a pity that when I arrived here, she was right in the middle. Let me then say that as we conclude then this Tourism Leadership Conference held in this beautiful province, Northwest. I see, Chairperson, you like Northwest, especially Sun City. Because the last time I addressed such a conference, I was here in Sun City. You must tell me what is it that you are getting here, so that I can also bring something here. This gathering brings together not only the sharpest minds in tourism, but also reflects the pulse of a sector that continues to shape South Africa's economic and social landscape. Thank you very much for inviting us, and also the fact that you indicated that you would love the Deputy Chairperson. I'm thinking of another structure now. The Deputy Minister to come and close the conference here. When we speak of tourism, we are not merely speaking of a static industry. We are speaking of a pulse that ripples through our touch points and value chain. Tourism is South Africa's most human economy, one that depends not only on resources and infrastructure, but on people, stories, and shared experiences. Tourism is organic. Today, as we reflect on the challenges and opportunities before us, we must ask ourselves, how do we lead tourism into its next chapter with wisdom, courage, and unity? As we have heard from yourself here when you engaged the panel at the front. I must also congratulate the panel. Well done. I think even myself, where I was seated there, I was impressed by some of the programs that you have in your organizations, that then one day I'll be able then to stand proudly and say that this is what you can offer to our small business. Congratulations on that. I've learned a lot today. To lead in this sector is to shoulder a great responsibility. It goes beyond policies, as you have indicated, Program Director, itineraries or infrastructure. It is about giving expression to vision. It is about ensuring that tourism is sustainable, inclusive, and transformative. It is about empowering our youth, uplifting our women, protecting our environment, and ensuring that the legacy of our decisions today strengthens the foundation of tomorrow. This conference is more than a forum for dialogue. It is a platform to reaffirm our collective commitment that as leaders, we will transcend boundaries, harness innovation, and work together across government, business, and communities. As this conference concludes, we are reminded that effective leadership in tourism is not defined by authority, but by service, as we have said, or as we have heard from the panel, the kind of service that is there for our small business. We must come up with a how part, and also we must make sure that the requirements are not too high for our collective here, because that's one of the things that made it impossible for them to be able then to participate, to be unable to participate. Our task is straightforward: to translate vision into action and to ensure that the growth of tourism is inclusive, sustainable, and transformative. Program Director, as leaders, we bear the responsibility to ensure that this cascades through the value chain and ensuring the industry grows with every decision we make. Our journey as tourism leaders demands unity of purpose, for it is only when we pool our ideas, our resources, and our determination that we can unlock the full potential of this sector. It's exactly what I've spoken about, what I heard when I arrived here about trying to unlock the full potential of the sector. In our discussions, we have touched on innovation, digital transformation, destination development, and sustainable growth. We have crafted strategies to make South Africa not only a world-class destination, but a destination with purpose, one that transforms lives, uplifts communities, and contributes to the inclusive economic growth. These are not small tasks. They require courage, foresight, strong leadership, and resilience. That legacy of resilience continues to strengthen the sector today. I'm impressed by the ladies from Limpopo that raised issues of meeting, that they met with me, and they raised issues of support from the department. Hence, I'm saying that after my meeting with yourself, I think it was in Cape Town, when I met with you, then I made it my business that I find out what is the problem. So the challenge is just exactly what I've just spoken about, the issues of the accessibility, because we have good programs in the department, incentives that we have in the departments, the grants that we have in the department, but to dispatch this is the problem. Therefore, we are working on that as a department, as I have indicated that we are working now on deadline timeframes, that by that time we'll be able then to report back and say that this is what we are doing in order for us then to be able to assist you so that you can also participate. Program Director, South Africa stands on the brink of a remarkable opportunity, with the world watching and global platforms like the G20 highlighting our nation. We have the duty to lead with vision and act swiftly to build a tourism legacy that will resonate for generations. Our nation tourism journey cannot be measured solely by international arrival statistics. It must also be measured in the jobs created for young people in rural communities, in the opportunities extended to women entrepreneurs who run lodges, design experiences, and craft the cultural products that enrich our destination, in the dignity restored to small towns that come alive with festivals, local markets, and heritage routes. When it comes to the issue of the international visitors that are always coming to our country, it's our responsibility, TBCSA, to make sure that together with SAT, to make sure that we market our own, so that a visitor coming into the country decides to go to Limpopo or decide to go to the Free State, my province, where I come from, a very small province but very beautiful, where I come from. Then we must be brave to say, if they want to know from us where they can be accommodated. We must be brave to say that, go to M&M Lodge. Because we would have worked with that M&M Lodge, would have empowered them, would have assisted them even goes further in assisting them on how then to manage their business, even financially. Just to manage a business financially is very important, so that you can see whether your business is growing or your business is stagnant. Therefore, it's our responsibility as a sector to make sure that we do that. Program director, in the opportunities extended to women entrepreneurs, as I have said, we run lodges, design experiences, and craft the cultural products that enriches our destination. In the dignity restored to small towns that come alive with festival, local markets, and heritage roads. This is the heart of domestic transformation, ensuring that tourism is not a privilege for the few, but a promise for the many. I was a little bit worried when the panel took the stage. I was looking around, why? Babi or mama, where are the women? You know, because there is that mentality that where there are monies, only men are there, Tina Asiko. And then I was saying to the person seated next to me, to the CEO of TBCSA, Haibo, you can't call me and then come up with a panel with no women. And then when I saw, is it Leanne? And then I was a little bit comfortable, but not happy, just a little bit comfortable. Because at least let those organizations also then send women to this organization. Because you can't tell me that we don't have women there. We do have women, but always the delegation will be men. So let us make sure that at least next time we'll have to prescribe when you invite them. In your delegation, you need so much women or so many women, then it will assist us. A program director, I commend you for your commitment to walk this journey together. That is the team which is here today, with boldness, with humility, and with hope. May your leadership be measured not only by policies we draft, but by the lives we change as a sector. May our vision extend beyond today's challenge to tomorrow's possibilities, and may our footsteps steady and unite steer South Africa's tourism to new heights. To achieve this, we must confront challenges honestly. We know that inequality persists. I was a little bit worried when you were engaging with the panel, and then each and every person who stood up was just negative. I started to be worried because some of the small businesses who called me, who visited me even at my office, were those who were saying that there is a lot of good that we receive from the entities, that from the implementing agencies. Therefore, there is a lot that we need to do, and there is a lot that we are still going to do. But I liked the program director, or was it the program director or the moderator who said that let us not only focus on the negativity. It's nice to say that I tried to do 1, 2, 3, 4, but can I please advise that you can do 1, 2, 3, 4 in order for us then to be able to do things better. But because it was not for the first time that I meet with yourselves here, it was easy for me to understand the anger and everything. I've been to such an event in the Western Cape, I've been in the Eastern Cape, I've been in KZN, I've been to the Free State, I've been to Limpopo, I've been to Gauteng, I've been here 2 times. Therefore, I think I'm left with 1 province. Come again? I've been to Mpumalanga, yes, I've been to Mpumalanga, but I'm going again to Mpumalanga because, you know, when we are preparing for this G20, each and every sector was given a province, and then we were given Mpumalanga. Hence, we had this ministerial meeting that we held in Mpumalanga, Skukuza, last weekend, where then we saw this video that our DDG then illustrated here. I must say that the people of Mpumalanga has benefited a lot because there is a lot that we did in that province as a department. What impressed me when we were in Mpumalanga, I'm working with a very creative minister, let alone the challenges that you hear in the media and everything. But she's really creative. She said to me, you know what, Deputy Minister, I think we're going to the Free State to hand over the interpretation center at the Sun Parks, said to me, you know, it makes me so sad to see that these exhibitors, they would come to the event and then we'll give them spaces, we'll give them tables and everything so that they can come and sell their product. But some of them will go back without selling anything. And it's so sad. And they would have paid for their own transport to go to the venues. And then she said to me, let us sit down and see whether we can't assist them, transport them for free, give them space to exhibit their product for free, and then give them some sort of, you know, from 2,000 to 5,000 per exhibitor. So that even if we don't buy from them, they would have got something that they boost their business with. What happened in Mpumalanga, because we had, DDG, we had more than 20 international guests, that is ministers, deputy ministers, ambassadors. I was counting them, I think there were about 28, excluding USA, the rest were there. You know why excluding USA, they were not there, yeah. And we then decided that we are going to give each and every visitor 300 rand or a voucher for 300. And then they were forced to buy the product of those exhibitors. Because if you don't use it, there is no way where you're going to use it. But that was a very clever move. Because what I saw, because I was going around with them, if you had a stall and then your product, they costed, or the product that they would want to buy, let's say it costed about 17,000, and they have 300. They use the 300 and they give extra the difference out of their pocket. When they left there, they had nothing, those people, that are exhibitors, because everything was then sold out, which is something that we need to do as a department in all the places in order for us then to be able to empower our own. I did indicate about our work in Mpumalanga. I'm not going to repeat that because I got it done, but I think I've spoken to my speech. I must say that we have just concluded our G20 Tourism Ministers meeting, the one I'm just talking about, and also what we did in Mpumalanga in order for us to make sure that our people do benefit. With a unified industry voice, we can show that tourism is for all. We are reminded that leadership in tourism is about more than managing destination. It is about shaping the future. It is about ensuring that the communities in every province see opportunity, dignity, and pride in welcoming the world to our shores. I think the program director did indicate that the issue of us hosting G20, it is something that had never happened in the African soil, that is in the continent. So we are the first country that has been recognized or considered to chair this G20. We are a very busy country. We've been all over every province. You'll see we have activities because we want to welcome our visitors to South Africa so that tomorrow they come back again. Program Director, I thank you all for your invaluable contributions, insights, and wisdom, which you have delivered with such passion. Let us leave here committed not only to policies and projects, but to people and purpose. We may lead with courage, innovate with vision, and serve with humility. As we conclude, we leave not with an ending, but with a renewed beginning for South Africa's tourism story. Over these past days, we have not only shared insight and strategies, we have built bridges of collaboration, vision, and hope. As I thank you, I want to say to the SMMEs, don't get tired of us. Keep on calling us. We will always be at your service. What the minister did about a week or 2 weeks ago, we have, what do you call it, what do you call it, a hotline. I'll call it a hotline, yeah, or a customer service, yeah, line. And then the minister said to DG, I want all the details and the numbers of the people who called the customer service line. I want to see what are the issues that they've raised. And then the minister sent it to me. And we discovered that the majority of you who called, it was about the very same issue of the red tapes. Therefore, it showed the seriousness of the matter to make sure that we pay attention to it in order for us then to grow your business. So program director, thank you very much. I'm sorry I had to take so long. I was disturbed by what was raised here because I know that this department, as led by women, we want to make sure that women businesses must not suffer. Thank you very much, Program Director.